I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back again, guys, with Zero, episode 14, season 2.
Yeah.
So, Subaru learned that he needs to love himself.
It came from the witches too, that's surprising. The thing is, we see them as evil. They represent the 7 deadly sins and stuff, and they did evil things. But then there's a little bit of every sin in all of us, That's what makes us human. It's just that in them, the sin is the only thing that exists. So that makes them a bit too intense when it comes to what they do. But they're not bad.
Yeah.
They're not evil, at least. And Satella seems to be aware that her situation is not good. And she asked Subaru to eventually, come and kill her. And he said, I'll save you. Which to us probably means the same thing. If she is stuck, if she is vilified by her sin, if she is controlled by her sin, and if she can't get out, killing her might be her salvation. So
we got those crazy ideas that connect Satella with Emilia, which we hope is not true.
Yeah, there's that, but we'll see later in the show if that's true. Aside from that, now Subaru cannot pass the trial because Echidna, she got mad.
She was a bitch.
She basically forbid him. Well, she blocked him from going in and doing the last trials. So that sucks. We talked to Roswaal a little bit. He went crazy again about how he sent Elsa at the manor to strengthen Subaru's resolve, which is fucked up. Yeah. Subaru is dead set on staying human because Roswaal seems to want him to become just as cold-hearted as he is. So we'll see. And Otto now is with Subaru to try and cheer him up because Subaru doesn't know what to do next. He needs to save everyone, but yet he also needs to learn how to value his own life so he cannot just use the return by death anytime it doesn't, suit the story. True. So we'll see what he does, but right now he's between a rock and a hard place, which basically he's been there since the beginning of season 1.
But now I got Otto, who is punching some sense into his head,
yes.
So that's nice.
So let's jump in this episode, see what his friend has to tell him.
Alright.
I think Garfield could do the trials.
You think so?
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's watch. He pulled up a trash. That's cute.
He did. And I don't know if Puck actually told him the truth that he was hiding or anything, but I love how he just shows up knowing that now she knows her truth, she knows her past, she's ready to face her flashbacks, her memories and shit, and he's just, that kind smile and stuff, he's just sitting with her and be like, alright, you ready? Let's talk. I love it. I love how he took on the entire plan this episode. Thank God for Otto. He's the reason we kicked this into gear.
Gosh. I think that by punching Subaru in the face, he unleashed something in himself that now he can do whatever the heck he wants.
He made him understand. He made him understand that it's okay. Well, and he was really scared. I don't know how much he told him, but from the looks of it, I think he told him everything.
Well, he just said you won't believe me, so I'm pretty sure that you were right, that since he accepted the truth from Satella, that he needs to be able to love himself, and she allowed it.
And even if he didn't say, I can return by death, he could have said, okay, you won't believe me, but I know what's about to happen. I know there's going to be an attack there. I know what's going to happen. He could have said something like that. So, in any case, what boosted him up is that Otto believed him.
He did joke about, I'm not scared to die, basically.
No, because he was going to go with...
true, yeah.
He wasn't going to face Garfield for as long.
Okay. In that case, yes. So he might not maybe have said everything.
But we have our first step. We don't know... But, because I don't know if he would have risked it, but even if he didn't say, I can return by death, he probably said stuff like, I know what's about to happen, so I know exactly, we need to do this and prepare for that. And Otto, being his friend and, deciding that, this was not an honor, but this was something that Subaru had chosen to call him, and he was going to honor that completely. And help him, and he had promised him he was gonna help him out if he were to ask, And he was so broken, Subaru. So of course, when he told him all of that, I loved Otto just said, probably, because we didn't see it, but he probably just said, okay, fine, what do we do? He trusted him. That's trust, that's trust. That's the first step towards healing,
so
guys.
cool.
And the change was immediate. It happened right there. He was so much happier, so much more confident, so much more, he was lighter than before. I love that bet he did with Roswaal. I just want him to win it so he could rub his face in the win.
You see that book, Roswaal?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Roswell's problem is that he's lost his innocence and naivete a long time ago.
It's a bit like Beatrice. It's so focused on that book. Like that book is his entire truth.
Yeah, he believes that, he believes that in order to, because maybe he was, like we said, like Subaru before, maybe he tried to save everyone, maybe he lost so much that he decided not to care anymore because he just knew he was going to lose people, and his problem was that he stopped trying, and he never asked for help or anything. He was alone, and he didn't trust anyone, and he didn't, he didn't allow himself to care. Whereas Subaru needs to do that. That's his strength. Mm-hmm. He needs to care. He needs to have friends around him that he trusts, that he can, ask for help. And that's how you get people to be on your side. Otto did a lot of stuff in this episode. Off screen, of course, but he did a lot of stuff. Like, he's facing Garfield with such a strength. And I feel like it helps Otto, too, to have someone that trusts him to do something. It goes both ways. So I think that's what Roswaal missed, which is why I love that Subaru is like, okay, you know what? We'll have this bet. I'm going to save everyone and get to my goal. Watch me. The confidence was just so great. And he was like, the way he said it, it looked like Roswaal was afraid of Subaru actually proving him wrong, which would make sense because, if Subaru proves to Roswaal that you can get to your goal without sacrificing your friends or anything, it would probably mean that Roswaal could have done it too if he had tried harder. Which would basically mean that he failed hard.
Yeah.
So I would get if he was actually afraid of Subaru winning, which would explain why, he was so confident. No, you're not going to win. No, let's focus on my thing. Like, how stupid are you to want to try even? The whole thing would mean that he failed. And that, some of the stuff that might have happened to him could have been avoided.
I really hope and wish that Subaru's gonna win that bet.
Yeah.
And
he needs healing too, Roswaal needs healing too. Yeah. But the way he just carried himself this episode, the confidence just changed him. And I love watching a Subaru like this. We don't see him often, but when we do, it's great. And this time it feels even bigger than the last few times because at least now he's not going around seeming lighter, but then saying stuff like, who cares if I die, He
is lighter. But you know what? I've said it before so many times, but when I had my bad phase in high school, one of the things that I used to do and I said was helping me a lot was just to confide with people that I trust, with friends of mine. And I think that it's the same thing with Subaru. Once he realized that his life matters, that people cared about him, and he decided to confide with Otto.
Realize that you're not alone.
Yeah.
And tell them stuff.
Share the burden.
Yeah.
Of your planet with people that cares about you.
Yeah.
Everything.
Speaking of, keep going. Everything what?
Everything will be a little bit more lighter if you share your burden.
Definitely. And speaking of burden and stuff, I love that we basically got to see what I was talking about last episode, how, by trying so much to save the people and focusing so much on that part of the whole story, he stopped caring about what the actual problem was. He never cared to ask Emilia to talk about what she saw in the trial because he didn't want her to relive it. He didn't want her to suffer through it. But the thing is, sometimes you need to suffer in order to heal.
Like we said, the thing with Subaru before that is he knew that people were suffering, were in pain, and he wouldn't let them be in pain. Just wanted to just take everything away because he just cares so much about them.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's not the right thing to do.
Which is why I love
You know?
how he did it at the end, you know, with the smile, and knowing that she suffered and she was suffering, but it's needed in order to heal. That's how you grieve.
You
That's
know,
how you move on.
It reminds me of the moral of the story about the Inside Out, basically. Right? you need
pain in order to
you
have.
need pain to.
Well,
be,
sadness. You need sadness.
You need sadness to be able to
Feel joy.
Feel joy afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, you know, Subaru went through it with the first task, with the first trial. When he saw his parents, he wasn't, you know, he suffered, and it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. And second trial, same thing. He suffered, and it messed him up. But then what he learns from it at the end helps him, you know, grow and heal. So Emilia needed to go through that as well. And now the thing is, like, I'm not sure about the theory we had that she is Satella. But the thing is, every time they talk about her past, we learn stuff that doesn't contradict our theory, and I'm like, well, it actually, you know, supports it a little bit.
It's a strong theory that I have. Maybe not true, but it's still there. And I'm just gonna wait and see what's gonna unfold for us.
We'll definitely wait and see what she says. But you know, in this episode, we got to see her mom, and we definitely need to watch the movie.
We need and we will. But yeah, these two simple words, this kind lie that she's been told. What was a kind lie?
Well, a kind lie would be like, you know, if our theory is right, it would be a kind lie to say,
you look like her.
No, it's the family. Yeah. We're talking about the half elves.
I know.
So the kind lie to protect her would be, oh, we love you, we're your family, you belong with us and stuff. That would be a kind lie to protect her if she is not who she thinks she is. Mm-hmm. If she was Satella, to protect her from grief, you would not say, well, or if she was, you know, related to Satella directly, or if she was in any way, you know, close to Satella, that would hurt her. So by lying about who she is or where she comes from, that would be a kind lie. Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm like, it kind of supports the theory.
She also said that she was frozen in ice for a very long time, right?
After this, though.
Yeah, after this. But when this happened? Do you think that happened like 400 years ago or something? We don't know when happened.
I don't know when the ice thing happened, but the memories with her mother maybe, I don't know, happened before the ice thing.
Yeah.
So it cannot be, like, because my first thought was, Jesus Christ, she was sealed in ice? Like, are you telling me, like, what? Like, I thought, you know, considering our theory, I was like, are you talking about maybe she was sealed somewhere and she woke up and she's Satella? But then it happened after, and she definitely wasn't Satella before.
Okay, so do you think that maybe once she learned the kind lie,
maybe she has a power that she used and she sealed herself?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And she's responsible for her family being in ice, you think?
Maybe.
But that thing happened a long time ago, we just don't know when.
And she didn't remember. And that's the thing, like, Puck, by trying to protect her, was kind of doing what Subaru was doing, you know? By trying to protect her, he stopped her from acknowledging her past, and he basically shielded her completely from what hurt her before, instead of helping her heal. So Puck's protection was not good, if you think about it. So him leaving, Subaru convinced him to leave, I'm guessing. So she could face her past, because him being there was the seal to her memories. So yeah, it's sad to see Puck go, but it's a necessary evil. And she seems calm about it, so now she can actually talk to Subaru and have his help and his support, and then do the trials. Mm-hmm. And now we need to deal with Garfield.
Speaking about Garfield, we learned a little bit about his past. Not
much, yeah,
but to be honest with you, I don't think that if he despised his mother that much, it would have taken her last name. You know?
Sometimes love and hate can be very linked together. Yeah. You know, wrath.
True.
I fucking love you!
Yeah, know? It is true, yeah.
You do not feel hate. Yeah, and by the way, I loved that in this episode, Subaru kept, you know, hinting at sins being a part of us. You know, he was called greedy, and he's like, well, yeah, you know what?
You're not wrong.
And then Emilia, sloth. and Garfield could be Wrath if you
Oh,
think about it.
Garfield is definitely Wrath.
Yeah, and stuff like that. You know, it's interesting because I did say in the episode, what makes us, you know, sins. Every sin is in each of us. You know, we all have a little bit of every sin. That's what makes us human. It's just that with the witches, you know, it's just the sin, just the one thing that's too intense, so it's kind of overtaking them. But for the sin in itself is not bad, so it's okay sometimes to use them and just play along with them, and it helps understand the psyche of some characters. So if Garfield, you know, loves his mother and still hates her for leaving him, maybe he doesn't want to get out because he's afraid of facing her. If he gets out, or it's something that goes deeper than that. But we'll need next episode maybe to learn about that.
We'll need to talk with him.
Yes.
Learn more stuff. About
him and Emilia. That's 2 conversations that need to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. I'm losing my voice, so I think we'll move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see next episode right away, it is on Patreon already, or it will be very soon. Check it out. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, you can the next one will be out on YouTube, which will be next week, guys.
Yes.
So see you in 7 days.
Bye.
Bye, guys.